Okay, now if they ask for sample size for estimating p sub 1 minus p sub 2, the difference between two population proportions. Here, unfortunately, we do not have a calculator command. You need to do this by hand. Again, if you need more help, you can go to Objective 4.2 on the interactive assignment. Here is the formula. We have p hat sub 1 times 1 minus p hat sub 1 plus p hat sub 2 times 1 minus p hat sub 2 times z sub alpha divided by 2 over e, which is your margin of error, squared. This is for prior estimates of p sub 1 and p sub 2. The z sub alpha divided by 2, this was Unit 9, page 3 on our graphic organizer, or notes that we take here. If prior estimates are not available, the formula is n equaling 0.5 times z sub alpha divided by 2 over margin of error squared. Your answers here is always going to be rounded up. So say we get 13.01, you're going to round that up to 14, no matter what. Let's look at some examples. A nutritionist wants to estimate the difference between the proportion of males and females who consume the USDA's recommended daily intake of calcium. A, what sample size? So this indicates that you need to use one of the two formulas up above because we're looking for n. Would be obtained if she wants to estimate to be within 3 percentage points. That's your margin of error because you want to be within something. With 95% confidence, assuming that she uses the results of the USDA's 1994 to 1996 Diet and Health Knowledge Survey, according to which 51.1% males and 75.2% females consume USDA's recommended daily intake of calcium. So the first proportion is, let's work with males, 0.511, times 1 minus 0.511, plus the female, 0.752, 1 minus 0.752, and then we have z sub alpha at 95%, that's going to be 1.96. Okay, if you're not sure, go back to Unit 9, Chapter 9, page 3 on your graphic organizer notes. It's on the very bottom. There's a table. 95% confidence is going to line up with 1.96. Your margin of error needs to be expressed as a decimal. So 3% is 0.03 as a decimal, and you need to square that. Okay, when you put this all on your calculator, you should get 1,862.6, round up. So 1,863 females and 1,863 males must be surveyed. So we're figuring out n for each population, not combined, but each. So 1,863 from each population. And then what sample size should be attained if she wants to estimate to be within 3 percentage points with 95% confidence, assuming that she does not have any prior estimates. Again, it says what sample size, so that says you're looking for n, 0.5. Your z sub alpha divided by 2 is again 1.96. Margin of error is 0.03. Square that, you should get 2,134.2. Round that up. So you should take 2,135 males, 2,135 females must be surveyed. Okay, if we want to fill in our overview sheet, we can do that. Here I filled in the criteria. It needs to be independent. Each population needs to be normal and independent. The hypothesis test and the confidence interval. So now when you see a qualitative data that is two proportions, that is independent, you can use this information. That is the end of this lesson. Please let me know if you have any questions.